Hi and welcome. We'll start in about 3-4 minutes. If you want to use blocks, have them nearby. If you want a strap for your leg, have that available. Okay, we're about to get started. And once again, should the video fail, immediately get off and we'll just sign on to the next one that's being made. Welcome, this is Stress Relief Yoga. Sit in a comfortable position to start. Make sure you're not slumped over. The longer we make our torso, the more space we give for the lungs, and the better over time the spine feels by being straight. So open up your hands, close the eyes, and let's start to breathe in through the nose. This is the time to center on yourself. This is your brief time, these 45 minutes. That's just about you. There's nothing you can change right now. Everything can wait till later. So breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath and then release to 6. Through the nose, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, breathing in. Do your own numbers. Hold it at the tip of that inhale, and that is called Kumbhaka. That is that moment of bliss between the inhale and the exhale. And then when you exhale, make it longer and deeper than your inhale. Clearing out all the lungs. Once more, fill your lungs to capacity. And then let it all go long and deep till nothing is left. And then you can either continue to keep your eyes closed or let the chin fall to the chest. By keeping the spine, the back straight, you're only bending down the neck. This way you can feel it going across the shoulder girdles into the shoulders, and you're stretching the neck. And then inhale the chin up and exhale the head back, only as much as comfortable. And when you exhale it back, open up your lips, separate your teeth. So the jaw, which is a muscle that holds a lot of tension, so that's released and relaxed too. And then take your right ear over to your right shoulder. Pick up the head and the left ear and the left shoulder. And then come back to seated with your neck and lift up your arms, inhaling up. Let the fingers touch above your head. This is the connection, not only with yourself and your organs, but with the greater beyond. And then press the hands firmly all the way down, just about to heart center. Let's set an intention here, remembering all those who have gone before us. Just a moment. Their energy is still with us. Their essence is a part of our life and everyone else's. And then again, exhale down to inhale up, bringing the hands down. Take yourself over to the right, still keeping the hips front, turning your upper body to the right and look over your right shoulder. And then walk the hands to the other side, looking over the left. Coming front, lengthen again as long as you can, long spine. Think about the lower spine, the lower back. And you can even put your hand on it. This is what we're pressing forward. So you can start reaching forward. You're not pressing down, you're pressing forward. And let the hands walk out as far as comfortable for your body, bringing yourself down. Wherever you land, take a long inhale and then a long exhale. Walk the hands to the right, over your right knee. Same thing. Think about the lower part of your back. That's what we're pulling out. We're not popping. And press down. Same thing, keeping your hands down. I'm turning front. Walk to the left and press down. And then bring yourself back up. Let's put the inside leg out. That's usually the less favored leg. Lift your space, inhaling up, connecting and folding back. Here we'll take the cellular breath. So bring your arms up. This is to help develop the lungs and to also bathe all of the organs in the front of the chest. So inhale up. Start to hold that breath as you open up. Lock it in, chin to chest, thumbs down. Bring them around behind. Belly button in and up. Tighten in the pelvic area and start to bring the top of your head down towards the ground. Still holding the breath if you can, bathing all those organs. Let's let a little sip out. And then another. Letting out your air like there's a hole in the tire, just bit by bit until your arms come down. Releasing tension from the shoulders. Bring them up. exaggerating the tension, and then exhale, pressing them down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let's put the hands on the shoulders to keep them down and just take them around forward once. We want to keep the shoulder mobile and then backwards. Reach out to the side, walk your hand out and start to follow your hand with your upper body. Either keep your hand down or on a block. Bend if you wish, and take that left arm up and over. Choice here. You can keep it above the head, or you can just let it relax on the head. Purpose of this is opening up the whole left side. And take your breaths. Keeping the breath even and steady shows the body you're calm and in control. Reaching up. Walk that left hand out to the side and follow it with your upper body, bringing the right arm up and over. Same idea, stretch it for the more active or for the more yin pose, just let it fall on the head. Bringing yourself up, let's just sway over to the right. And then sway over to the left. Once more. To the right. And to the left. Coming back up. Take the knees out to the side. This immediately helps you open up the hips a little bit. Press your arms back towards the knees, towards the thighs. Rock a little bit side to side. Sitting back, let's pull the knees back. Reach for your heels and maybe lift up the legs halfway or all the way. Inhale and exhale. Following the breath, allowing the breath to be the movement of the mind and the body, bringing your heels down. And let's do another forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, bringing yourself all the way down. Walking back up. Keep the feet together. Bring your arms up. Let's twist to the right. Left hand down, right hand behind. Look over your right shoulder. And then turn the head to look over the left. Lift up that left arm and press it into the chest. Release down. Inhale. Remember, we're moving lymph through the body whenever you put your arms up overhead and twist. Look over your left shoulder. And then turn to look over the right. Lift the right arm up, left comes underneath, and press it in. Bring the knees up. Hold under your left thigh, your right thigh, and stretch it out to lubricate the knee. Up, down, up, down. Last one, up. Hold it up and bring yourself down onto your back. Either keep the left knee bent or straight. Arms out to the side and take the right leg out to the side. Maybe tap the ground, even if you have to turn a little bit, but keep your shoulders down. Bring it up and let's tap to the other side. If you're not reaching the ground, that's fine. What we're just doing is opening up and lubricating the hip. So take it back and forth a few times. And then bring it up. Bring up your left and we'll fold it over for the sciatic stretch. Flex the right foot, and the same idea. Pull the knees into your chest and then release down. You can think of it as doing a little hop from your left foot because you're pressing up to pull in. Once more, bringing it down, press up to pull in, and this time take your hands underneath the left thigh and pull in and breathe. Feel your body start to open up, especially in the hips and the glutes. Put down your left, then your right. Open arms to a T and let both knees fall to the right and you look to the left. Bring the knees up, pull them in, and let's come back up to seated. Same thing, taking underneath the left, stretching it out and down. Pull it in and up, in and up, lubricating the knee, and then bring yourself back down. Right leg straight or bend. Arms open to a T, and come over to the left. And then back over to the right. Okay to lift your hip, but not your shoulders. Over to the left, only as far as comfortable. Remember, it's your body, your journey. And back, and over, and back. Bringing it up, bend the right knee and fold over. Same idea, pulling in and out. So pull that whole thing you made in the sciatic stretch into your chest and set it down. Twice more. In and down. Last one, you're going to hold it. So bring it in, reach underneath, and pull it in towards your chest. One more long breath in and a long breath out. Set the foot down, set the other foot down, and let's take both knees to the left. And up. Turning myself sideways for a bridge pose. So you're on your back. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Let the knees touch so they're bending in towards each other, and reach up by your hip flexors, pulling the flesh down towards the knee. This is a good release if you ever feel tight in there, so press down. Keeping the knees wide, let's lift up our hips here. Take a breath. And then bring them down. Walk the feet in so they're hip distance apart. Bring your arms up overhead as you lift your hips up. And then take them down. Once more, inhaling up. Exhaling down. Turning front again, and the challenge today will be, we're going to give a roll, a little momentum to come to standing, preferably without the hands. Of course, use your hands to get up to standing. So we're pressing in, rolling forward, coming up, inhale, up, exhale down. Once you've gotten yourself up, let's stand here in mountain pose, parallel feet, palms open, press down, spread your fingers, lift your toes, a level of excitement affecting the prefrontal cortex, and then relax everything down. Bringing your arms up, inhaling up. Flex the hands. So I've got my fingers intertwined. Press the palms up and behind the head. Point the fingers up. I'm going to just adjust this screen, maybe not. Okay, point up and over to the right. Try and pull both arms straight. Yeah. Coming back up. I'm sure you're looking great, and over to the left. Coming back up. Let's take a back bend here, and then a swan dive all the way down. Head is down. Come up halfway. Open your arms so you can hinge up without harming the back. Hinge up, inhale, and exhale. Going to do a flow with the breath. I want you also to see a little bit of my feet. I wish I could see yours. So we're stepping into warrior one. Always arms up would be our inhale. Open to warrior two. Inhale, fingers touch. Exhale, come down. Once more. Inhale. Exhale. Reverse the warrior. And then come up. Inhale, straighten the front leg and the arm is up. Exhale back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Your breath is calming you here. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale to reverse the warrior. Right hand comes down, left is over the head. Inhale back to warrior two. Come to warrior one. In warrior one, come up to high crescent. That means you're on the ball of your left foot, still bending the right. And now straighten your right leg and bend the left. It's an awkward, challenging feeling, a little different. Let's go back. Straighten the back, bend the front. Still staying on the ball of the foot. Straighten the front, bend the back. It's a little love for the calves. And then come back up, both legs are straight, and step forward. And then release the spine back and forth. Same thing with the left. So left foot steps forward to warrior one, right foot's back, and the arms are up. Inhale and open to warrior two. Reverse your warrior. And then come back up, straighten the leg. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straight. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Reversing the warrior. Come to warrior two. And rather side angle and come down onto your front thigh and the arms overhead. Come on back, warrior two. Open now to warrior one. Arms go down and up. Coming onto the ball of that back foot. high crescent warrior. Straighten the front leg, bend the back leg. Straighten the back, bend the front. Straighten the front, you feel it in your calves, bend the back, as well as your balance. Straighten the back, bend the front. Straighten the front, bend the back. And then let's come back, front and side to side. I'm going to take a different, slightly different tree pose, a leaning tree. So whether it's available, it's something to try. If not, just as good. You've tried it, it's not for you maybe. So plant your left foot down. All four corners of the foot are planted down, and we're lifting up the right, exhaling into the pose. So inhale up, exhale into your tree pose. This is where you're putting your right hand down on the thigh. Now, if you're comfortable bringing your foot higher, do that. If you're comfortable with the toe on the ground, do that as well. Press down, reach the left arm up, and bend like a tree in the wind toward your knee. Let me see if you can see me back here. So I've got my knee up, and I'm bending over. If it's not for you, just bring both arms up, keeping the breath steady, finding a focal point. And taking it down. So I hope you can give a little feedback to that. Let's start with the other leg. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, come into your tree. Well, that's not going to happen today, I guess. Okay. Left hand down, right arms up. Bend over towards the left. You might be able to bend a little more than I do. I sometimes have a little challenge in my balances. Let's give it 2 more breaths here. When you're ready to come out, release side to side. Coming into triangle, same thing, we'll start with a warrior 2. Straighten the front leg. Inhale back, we're making it a sway, and exhale, reach forward to your triangle. Inhale back. Exhale over. Twice more. Inhale. And exhale into the triangle. Stay there. Maybe look up at your left hand. Press yourself back against that invisible wall. Right hand can be in front or behind on a block to the ground. And let's press up. Both feet now come forward. Coming out, let's turn both feet forward. Hands on the hips and forward fold. Hands come to the ground and walk them out, keeping your heels back. So you're constantly pushing back to a wide-legged downward facing dog. And then start to bring your hands back up to the hips, coming up. Turn the left foot out. Both legs are straight. Arms are out. Go as wide as you can. It gives the better line. Like if I'm wide, I can get my triangle with the flat here. When I'm more narrow, it's a shorter triangle. So it's something to think about and work towards. Take your arms out and exhale over to the side, triangle, and then come back up and back. Exhale. Inhale back up. Exhale. Inhale back up. Last one. Exhale over. If you're not looking up at your hand, you're looking down towards your foot. You're always pressing back against a wall, either a real wall or an invisible wall. Let's come on up. Both toes face forward again. Hands on the backs of your hips and press forward, opening up. This hands on the back is the universal pose for somebody with back pain or something. They, my aching back, because it's a relief. It's a relief for the spine. Remember, back bends are good for the back. Forward bends, you always want to take straight over, hinging from the top, so that you're not manipulating that lower part of the back, moving the bones up and down. Let's bring our arms up again and pull the right wrist over, the left wrist over to the right. Come back up, pull the left over. Want to keep the spine in all directions. Inhale up, coming down to downward facing dog. Exhale, bringing your hands down. Walk them forward and step back, downward facing dog. Pressing back, let your head drop. No strain in the head. And it should be about between the biceps. So you've got your head right there and it's just hanging down, nothing to do. Let's roll forward and come down onto the knees. Keeping your toes curled or uncurled. Cat cow. Belly drops and you inhale up. Exhale round. Inhale up. Exhale. And then come to a neutral spine. Take your hips to the right, back, and to the left. Just circling around. And then go the other way, to the left, to the back, to the right, and around. Step forward with the right. And let's swing our arms up. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhale up with the right arm. Exhale down twice more. Flow. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Stretch out the right leg in front of you. Bring both hands over to the right. Keeping everything in a straight line except for the upper body as you bend over your left leg. And then bring your hands to either side press forward. And then press back. Take the hands, fingers facing toward your knee, and bring both hands back. And see if you can bow, again lengthening the spine over this front leg. Come back, put both hands inside, stretch out your back leg, curl the toes under. And you're in lizard pose here, just rock a little bit back and forth. Bring that knee down, bring the other knee down. Press your hips to your heels, stretch out. And then roll the spine up. And press back. Roll the spine up. Stay here in high cobra, and then come back to all fours. Take the left foot forward and bring your arms up. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Left arm as you turn to the left. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Stretch that left leg forward and bow over it. Press your hips forward and bring yourself back. Pressing forward. And then back. Turn the hands. Walk them as far back as comfortable for your stretch, your balance, as you bend over this left leg. Come up, both hands inside, stretch out that back leg. Always remember you can bring the knee down at any time. This is lizard, and we'll rock a little back and forth. Now bring the knee down and bring the other knee down. And take your head down to the ground, and the hands are back to your heels. Maybe your brow is touching on the mat, and this is where we imagine the third eye to be, and it's also an acupressure point of calmness. So if you can get any pressure there in this pose, take some breaths here. And then bring yourself back up to all fours and lift the right arm, threading it underneath, coming onto your right shoulder and the side of your head. Come back up. Inhale up, thread again. Exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Stay there. And put your left hand into your right, both arms out to the left. Bring your left hand back to your face, release your right arm up and down. Same thing with the left. Left arm out, threads underneath, come down onto your shoulder. Press down, rooting down into the mat to release the left arm up and sweep down. And inhale up, exhale down. Last time. Inhale and exhale, come down, right arm over left. Take your right hand next to the face and release up and down. Just we want us to come up to downward facing dog again. So press your hands down, spreading out those fingers. Take them first around to stretch the wrist and around to stretch the other wrist. Back of the hand, press down the thumb. Don't put weight on it, you're just stretching the hand. Back of the other one, pressing down. Curl the toes under. Lift your hips back towards the heels and then take the knees up. So you're halfway back. Straighten as much as you can. Not important if the legs aren't straight. It's the arms and the spine that this is all about. So wherever you are is perfect. And then let's pedal the heels. Walk the left hand right under the face, so you're continuing to push back, lift up the right. Bring it back down, lift up the left. Bring it back down. Walk your hands out again, momentarily high plank, down to the knees. We're coming onto the back for knee drop. So you're on your back and you step with your right leg onto the left thigh. Hand comes across the knee and presses it over to the left as you look over your right shoulder. So you're stretching below the waist. The entire body feels the stretch, but the movement is below the waist. Let's come on back onto the spine. Give it a chance to line up and align. Remember, every stretch releases resolvin, and which is an enzyme that reduces the inflammation within the body. And inflammation builds up with stress, with infection, with illness. Put your left foot onto your right thigh, hand on the outside, and bring this knee over. Doesn't have to touch the ground. Mine does on most days. Yours doesn't necessarily have to. You can roll onto your hip. The main thing is that we're keeping our left shoulder down. If your neck's okay, you're looking over your left shoulder. Keeping your breath quiet, easy, back onto the back. Bring the knees up. Let's take happy baby for the final pose. Inside or outside, doesn't matter. Opening up the legs and rock a little side to side. Maybe you can rock down to your knees touching the ground. Maybe you want to stretch out one leg, stretch out the other. Whatever feels good for you right now. And then maybe let's take them straight up, making sure we've given a chance for the blood to flow from the feet to the heart instead of the other way. And then finally, the most important pose is Shavasana. Bend the knees, bring the feet down, stretch out. You can have a pillow under your head if that feels good. Any way that you want. You can be sitting against a wall. Palms are up. Take the energy you created in your space to absorb back into yourself and close your eyes. As you breathe in and out, recognize the importance of your being, not the little ins and outs of your personalities or your quirks or whatever, but your essence, your being is vital to the universe. Every single plant, every tree, every atom, every person, every animal has a place, has a purpose, and right now you are inhaling and exhaling, fulfilling your purpose, breathing in and breathing out. You're letting go of labels, you're letting go of thoughts that are still coming in. You're moving them in and out. As you lie here, if you find you're starting to make your list of things you need to buy or do, let that go. Let the list come in and let it float out with your exhale. The exhale is the release, so you're breathing out. You're not labeling, you feel good, you feel bad, you're taking away your words. You're focusing on inhale and exhale. And now take a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. Let your thumb touch the tips of each of your fingers, connecting you back to yourself. Still aware of the sensation of your body. Start to bring your knees into your chest. And then when you feel ready, and you don't need to come out if you're not ready because you're home doing your practice, it's your practice, turn to the right. Otherwise, take a moment here. Still just focus on the breath, connecting the mind and the body. Begin to help yourself come back up to a seated position. Any comfortable position. Press the hands firmly together, balancing both hemispheres of the brain. And then bring your fingers to the middle of the brow. This is where we hope to see things as they are, not as we fear them, not as we hope for them to be or wish them to be. This is our reality. And then take your fingers to your throat. This is the energy center of our speech, our personal truth. Hopefully we say what we mean, and also we take the time to listen to what someone else wants to say. And lastly, take your fingers in towards your own heart, your own self, thanking yourself. Just as putting your mask for oxygen on a plane before you can help somebody else, so must you love yourself before you're able to share that love with someone else. From the divine in me to the divine in you. Thank you so much for joining me and practicing with me. Namaste. And I will hopefully see you next week. Thank you, guys.